everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Stafford's Lions going up against Carr's Diablos. So with that, let's get you down to Mexico City, where we say hola to our announcing team of Senor Godin and Senor Davis.
Larry, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us south of the border to the home of the Mexican national soccer team, the Estadio Azteca in Mexico City. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the Detroit Lions and the Mexico City Diablos. The first carry for Amir Abdullah. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. All right, let's get a peek at these starters here in the Golden Child. Golden Tate.
Love his versatility because you can use him anywhere in your offense. And he's an excellent kick returner. Loves to play the game. Plays with passion.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. To throw on second down is Stafford. The left side completion to Jones. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. And we take a look at the starting lineup defensively.
When Bobby Wagner's career is said and done, people are going to look back and say he was an absolute steal in the NFL draft. A Pro Bowl player for any team.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. This one complete to Theo Reddick. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Second down following the run. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Here's Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. Two yards to go here on third down.
Tag 50 left. Set, waiting. Big 20, big 20. Run.
Third and 2, Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On first down, Abdullah. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive linemen and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
On second down, here's Stafford. Flush to his right. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. The motion man is Tate.
Big 20, big 20.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. It's complete to Golden Tate. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll come out in the pistol. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They go play action here on 1st down. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
Thomas Rawls with his first carry. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Throwing his car on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Quandre Diggs. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Second down now after the incompletion. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
180. 21. 11.
Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. A dump off for Abdullah. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Shift together here from the D-line.
We ready? Wide and yay! Wide and yay!
They go back to the air here after the INT. Drops it underneath for Rawls. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make it a second down.
Hey, we go rally! Rally! Here we go!
On second down, Rawls. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. So a 3rd and 9, and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Wide and yay! Hey, we go rally! Rally! Zebra! Zebra!
Now a play fake. Carr out to his left. Room here to run. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
Wide and yay!
On first down, Carr. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And some room to maneuver. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? First down, this is Rawls. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Mexico City football to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a third down here. So still in search of the first down after that last completion. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Big 20, big 20.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Now Stafford. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And it's third down. They come out here in the eye. On 3rd and short, the fullback Burton. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit. But his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well. Well conceived, well designed, and even better executed.
Hey, we go rally! Rally!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
They give it to Rawls. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
Another pistol look here. Following the penalty, it's Rawls. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Calais Campbell on the stop.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now Carr. He's got the hook up to John Brown to the right side. A good pickup there of 22. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed. And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jimmy Graham, his second touchdown on the season. And his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead. And he's a reliable target. He's more than that, though. Hey, look, I'm not going to say he's the best tight end in the league, but he's solid.
Yeah, because he's able to block, and that's almost a lost art for a number of the tight ends in the league now, because the most popular guys are almost what we call move tight ends, more like receivers. But those guys who can do it all, there's still a place for them in the NFL.
Fielded about a yard deep. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Caught right side, Tate. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bobby Wagner in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Flushed out right. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. So 1:55 to go in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. Alone to the right is Jones. Third and long, it's Stafford. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And now back out comes the offense. Brown, the lone receiver, left.
We ready? Wide and Yates. Wide. We go rally. Rally.
Throwing on first down is Carr. It's caught outright by Graham. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. One receiver left, 3 to the right. On second down, here's Carr. He's going to float this one deep right side. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
All right, here we go.
Now Carr throwing on second down. They set up the screen to Rawls. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And they're going to speed things up here.
Here we go.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He's got time. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. The grab made by Kearse over the middle. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Carr to throw on second down. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That one was intended for John Brown. And it's 3rd and 5.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
The final shot here before half for Carr. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to try and go deep again. And this one is incomplete. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we send you up to Orlando, and with our EA Sports halftime report, here's Larry Ridley. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A nice strong run there for Rawls. His coaches back in high school in Flint, Michigan, you know what his nickname was?
No, what was it?
The Train. The man can break some tackles on occasion.
Well, it makes sense when you watch runs like that, because when you're trying to deal with a train, you're supposed to get out of the way, right? And if you don't, you're going to get bruised up trying to tackle him. That's the type of runner he is. He can pop people as he goes by them.
And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving it, keep grinding clock.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here comes the D swarming to the line. Throwing on first down is Carr. He's got the hook up to John Brown on the right side. So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
So now a 1st and 20. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield.
Here we go.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Finding time. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. DeMarcus Ware. In to drop him behind the line, and that's a loss of a yard.
Here we go, Riley. Riley. Here we go.
On second down, here's Carr. They set up the screen to Rawls. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. You know, the running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
They start the drive with Abdullah. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Shift together here from the D-line.
Big 20.
To throw on second down is Stafford. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
He's going to fire one deep, looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And some room to work, and nothing but daylight ahead. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked off that pass?
A free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out now come the Lions. After the interception, here's Stafford. The left side completion to Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now a first down throw. Stafford. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Carr to throw on 2nd down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. They come out here in the eye. The short yardage man, it's Coleman. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Field goal forthcoming for Stephen Hauschka. This from 25 yards out. And Hauschka's kick is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they begin the drive with Abdullah. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Play fake to Abdullah. It's Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a third down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Set, waiting, we're here. Set, waiting. Hey.
From the gun on third down, Stafford. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Now this offense ready to take over again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And down he'll go at the 25. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Back now in Mexico City as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Counter play, Rawls. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Tackle made by Ziggy Ansah. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
A dime look defensively for the Lions on third. Now Carr. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. Here's John Ryan now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded just inside the 30. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a play fake here on first down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 there, and it's good enough for a Detroit first down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. All right, so first down, 5 yards to go. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Alone to the right is Jones. Following the penalty, Abdullah down right around the 25. Call it a gain of a couple there as it'll leave him with a 2nd and just 3.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. A dump off for Abdullah. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. And quickly, they get to the line. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Second and 10, Stafford again. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown. So now here come the Lions up to go for 2. Stafford's going to try and throw for it. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points that gets him back within a field goal. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
It's always a good play when you're able to bat a ball away or down, because if you actually tip it in the air, now the offense is getting a second shot at catching the football, or another receiver may come along and grab it out of the air and turn it into a big play. So if you make a play on the ball, make sure it's knocked away or down. Otherwise, there could be some jeopardy.
Now a toss. This is Rawls. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
There's so many things that go into playing the position of linebacker. Some of them are actually subtle. Doing the drill work that you do all the time in practice and carrying it over to the game. Get rid of blockers and get to the ball carrier and knock him down for a loss.
And this offensive unit, they have to face a third down and 12 now.
We ready, bro? See, bro. Hey, we gonna rally. Rally.
In motion left is John Brown. Throwing his car on third down. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Here's Stafford now on second down. The left side completion to Jones. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Around 2 minutes to go, and if the D can hold them, that'll end this one.
We always think about the offense attacking. In this case, I'm looking for the defense to do the same.
Now Stafford. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. He'll look to throw. He goes underneath to Abdullah. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It's a gain of 9 yards. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. He's back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's brought down. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Detroit.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it's good enough for a Detroit first down. Back to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it second down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Back to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
10 yards still left on second down. Shift together here from the D-line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll look to throw. Surveying the field. Flushed out right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Alone to the right is Jones. Now it's Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football. Worked so hard to get his... That he is.
How about that? What about young Davis?
No, it did not. It did not cross.
It didn't carry over.
No, it stopped right there.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
We ready? Ready. Come on, baby. Alert. Alert. We go rally. Rally. All right, here we go. Ready. We ready. Wide 88. Wide 88. Safety screaming. Hold on, baby. Alert. Alert.
On play action, now Carr. He's going to float this one deep right. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. Excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And part 1 is done, now part 2.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain. That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Big 20. Big 20. Easy, easy.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Buying time to his left. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. Here's Sam Martin now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored. That's your ball game. Can't wait to see.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Back near his goal line. Here's Carr. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion.
Here we go.
territory. They look to throw. And do you believe this? It's a safety, and the ball game is over. Partner, a great game that we got to see, and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Detroit, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And now it's off to the airport for a date with customs and a long flight north to the U.S. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.